Visit ccgcastle.com and get 5% discount on your purchase with TCG Center 5 code. Check video description or visit CCG Castle for more.
Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. Another day, another video, and for today's video I decided to upload Virizion Genesect Celebi deck for the Legacy format. So this is the turbo version of Genesect, so turbo Genesect deck, as you can see in front of you, featuring 4 Celebis with that forest bread. So once per turn, if Celebis are active Pokemon, we can attach energy from our hand to one of our Pokemons in play. Theoretically, if we go first, and if we have Celebi in the active position, we can attach energy from our hand manually, then we can use Forest Breath, and we can already have 2 energy cards available for the Virizion EX, and then we can simply, add 50 damage with that Emerald Slash and 2 more energy cards from our deck to our Pokemon on the bench. I decided to play this deck without Colorless Machine just because I much more prefer this deck by simply manually attaching plasma energy cards from my hand and using that advantage by Red Signal as a catcher. There are also some other cool cards in this deck, like attack card, for example, Shaman with Celebration Wind for the energy switch and the max potion play, 2 executes with the propagation for the free Ultra Ball and Junk Arm, and obviously one of each Voltorb and Electrode with the Magnetic Draw for the extra drop support, like a Beazle Hand in the current stand format, and 1 Jirachi like the top level with the Stereogadians that can be simply picked up with the single level ball. And this deck works pretty good. I kinda like it, and it's my favorite deck in the Legacy format to be played with it. 16 Pokemon, 28 trainer cards, and 16 energies. Moving on to the item cards, pretty simple deck list featuring 1 of each. Escape Rope, 2 copies of Level Ball, 1 copy of Max Potion, 1 copy of Support for the energy or Pokemon Recycle, 1 copy of Tool Scrapper, and then obviously 1 G Booster that we can use to one-hit knock out anything and go through the anything. 1 copy of Shadow Triad, so we can have that extra, touch picking from our discard pile, maybe Genesect, or that Plasma Energy, so we can use it as the Pokemon Catcher, for example. For the Pokemon Search, I also have 4 copies of Ultra Ball. Obviously for this deck, for Retreat, Stadium, Sky Arbor Bridge, because all these Pokemons have 1 retreat cost. Unfortunately, only retreat cost that needs to be paid is going to be on the Electrode, but overall, any other Pokemon in this deck can retreat for 1, with the Sky Arbor Bridge in play for 0. And I'm also running 4 copies of Junk Arm. Speaking about supporter cards, for the Drought support, there is 8 Drought support cards, 3 copies of N, 2 copies of Professor Juniper, and 4 copies of Professor Oak's Newtier, with very huge amount of energy cards, 16 in total, featuring 12 grass and 4 plasma energy cards. And that's pretty much the deck list I'm using into this video. Make sure to hit the thumbs up and sub to the channel if you like it. And yeah, let's do some game tests so you can actually see how this deck performs in action. So see you in the game. Alright, so we are playing with Turbo Genesect deck, and as it looks right now, the opening hand is definitely not good, which basically means that I don't have chance to cause a problem to my opponent by attaching 2 energies from my hand if there was a Celebi, for example. So nice, Colorless Machine and Rainbow Energy, which means that my opponent can hit me with a Helix Force for 60. There's also Professor Juniper for 7. Ooh, 2 Junk Arms discarded. And Spiritomb has been played. Okay, Voltorb is a top deck, which is a very nice top deck. And I'm definitely going with my Emerald Slash. Hitting for 50. Attaching 2 Grass Energies. So we have Electrode, that's a good sign. Max Potion is also here. Not bad. Alright. Okay, the next turn I can activate my Plasma Energy and I can target my opponent's Spiritomb. but I'm not sure if that's gonna be a smart idea, just because I decided to put that Skyver bridge in play. And I'm still hoping for that top deck supporter card, or at least maybe electrodes, so I can basically draw some extra resources. Again, with the Helix Force, I can be strike for like extra damage. But in this case, I think I'm going to target my opponent Thunders on the bench. I can retreat for free, so I don't see reason why I wouldn't use my Megalo Cannon and maybe try to set that double knockout sooner or later. So Deoxy can easily be one-hit knocked out right now with extra plasma energy attached, so that's gonna be my advantage. Okay, so he actually decided to retreat to the Deoxy. That's interesting. And another round of the Helix Force. Can I finally draw something good and useful? Well, another Deoxy. Well, another Genesect with a chance to it for the energy attachment. Yeah, we're definitely going to target our opponent Thunders on the bench. Again, we can retreat for free, and it's very important to use this Emerald Slash for 50, you know, when attaching extra 2 energy cards to my Genesect on the bench. Why is this important? Simply because with the Megalo Cannon I can definitely take a double knockout right now with the Thunders and with the Deoxy and take 4 prize cards in just a single turn, which can definitely be an amazing thing. He didn't hit hands on the coin flip with that Pokemon Catcher, but my opponent can potentially also apply some pressure on my bench with the Frost Spear as well if he wants. I'm still desperately hoping for the good top deck. Any type of the draw support would be nice. And there we go, that's the knockout. In this situation, I'm going to promote my Genesect with 120 damage on it in the active position. Level Ball is a top deck, so that can actually help me a lot. I can finally get that Electrode in play. Take extra resources with Magnetic Draw. There we go, Professor Oak's new theory. All we really need. Okay, Super Rod. I think I'm gonna definitely use it to recycle some of my resources. More than that, I'm also going to play something like this. One Junk Arm for that Level Ball, so I can have my Celebi in play. It's gonna be important to have Celebi as well. Yeah, we're gonna go with the Celebi for now. Obviously this needs to be a retreat. Grass Energy can be attached somewhere, but I'm not going to do that. Megalo Cannon. And I'm also looking forward to put some damage on my opponent Kyurem as well. So we're both equal with the prize cards right now. And there is another Celebi as well. Okay. I need definitely G-Booster, but even if I can get one, it's not gonna be super effective. Ooh, Blizzard Burn, 160 at this moment. That's a lot of damage. Really it is. And there we go with the end, so he's hoping for that Hypnotoxic Laser. I don't have my Virizion in place, so that might be a very huge disadvantage if he can hit me for the knockout. But definitely my opponent can win the game next turn, that's for sure. Oh no, he decided to go with... Okay, so what do we need here? Well, first things first. I'm going to gamble and I'm going to use my Ultra Ball for it's gonna be another Genesect. And I'm also looking forward to use my... Do I need to use advantage of the red signal? Well, I'm definitely interested in doing that. electrode, I need shaming and I need something like a max potion. Oh, he decided to concede. And I was not sure if I would be able to draw both of these cards. So I can remove damage from one of my Genesect and energies and then completely heal him. And then use knockout and move on with the turn. But yeah, let's move on to another game. Alright, so we are waiting for our opponent to start the game. Okay, finally. So, the opening hand. It's definitely not the best in the world, but it's also not the worst in the world. At least, I kind of like the fact that I have Ultra Ball with those max potions and super rods. It looks interesting. What also looks interesting is that Reshiram with Dynamo as well, so that actually confuses me a little bit, but it's okay. So Flowstone for the Reshiram, there's the Ultra Ball as well, so one Lightning Energy and another Ultra Ball discarded. And it's for the Jirachi EX. I mean, that Reshiram might just be a tech in some sort of the Zekrom deck, you know, just because if you play against a deck like Genesect, then you might be in a huge advantage if your opponent cannot one-hit knock out your Reshiram. That's the reason why he's probably doing that and playing him. So 4 Dynamos in play. This Dynamo I actually have for retreat, so it actually makes sense why my opponent is doing that. Alright, so I'm thinking about playing that Ultra Ball. Okay. And this is first Plasma Energy, that's gonna trigger his Dynamo on the bench, and more than that, I'm ready to go with my N actually. Okay, perfect. There's the energy from my Virizion, but more than that, nothing else. So I'm definitely going to use my Forest Brat and attach one energy onto my Genesect, and then I'm gonna pass the turn. That's literally gonna be it. Well, in this matchup I'm playing against almost non-EX deck, you know, so I'm gonna need that powerful G-booster so I can one-hit knock on my opponent Reshiram. So we're gonna try to go for it. As long as my opponent cannot retreat Dynamo in the active position, I'm gonna be more than happy. There's the first Dynamo play for that Zekrom on the bench. If he wants, he can definitely pay 1 energy retreat cost and then retreat. Or he can simply play Computer Search and grab himself something that he can use in addition to that. Maybe Flowstone, maybe Juniper for 7. We're gonna find out. There's the Super Rod, so he can recover that Buffalo. Alright, it's a very interesting attacker that can hit for 120, 60 plus 60, it can also reduce damage for 20. Kinda like it, to be honest, and he managed to get the Flowstone. Can he maybe find another Dynamo so he can hit me for like 120 with the Bolt Strike? I don't know, but it's definitely possible. Well, there is another Flowstone, and there is another level ball for, oh, nothing, okay. Might be that the other electrics are actually priced, so Outrage for 20. We're going to use that Forest Brat. on our Virizion in this case. Okay, I need stadium so I can retreat for free, or I'm not gonna be able to do nothing. And that definitely looks bad. But at least I have execute available. I can use one of my junk arms so I can grab myself level ball in play. With that level ball I can basically grab that Volturb. Yeah, we're gonna go with that Volturb on the bench so I can have that draw support advantage. More than that, energy for my Virizion once again, and I don't have escape rope in my discard pile. All I'm gonna do here is gonna be the pass. For the next turn, I'm thinking about getting that Electrode in play. It's gonna be important to keep that Electrode on the bench for the consistent draw support. And that's gonna be actually one-hit knockout with that Outrage. Alright, that's a very nice play for my opponent. Very clever play, to be honest. So he is going to take first prize card in this game with the Outrage. Alright, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go with my... I'm going with my Celebi in the active position. Propagation. Okay, first things first. Junk Arm for Execute and Virizion. And then I can grab myself a level ball. With the level ball, first I'm gonna grab that Execute. So I can have another Execute play for another Junk Arm, and then I can grab myself something like Electrode. I'm gambling a lot here. I hope it's gonna be Vert. So, propagation ×2 for another Junk Arm. And I'm looking forward to recycle with that last Junk Arm, maybe Super Rod. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Super Rod. These three bad boys. If I don't get supported card, but maybe Ultra Ball, I can still get that Jirachi in action. There we go. I can use one Forest Breath. Also going to bench that Jirachi down for something like Professor Oak's new theory. It's a little bit clunchy just because I don't have my G-Booster available, so I can't one-hit knock out that Reshiram by any means. So I'm thinking about just playing that Professor Oak's new theory, trying to get maybe another Genesect in play. Energies I have a lot of energy cards left, so that's gonna be okay. Alright, let's go with one Emerald Slash for 50. You can basically accelerate and attach a lot of energies with this build. Most important cards that are unfortunately are prized, like my G-Booster, for example, and again he's gonna hit me for 40 with that Outrage. And I kind of hate to see that, but I might be somehow able, you know, just to get knockout against his Jirachi and putting 20 damage somewhere in play. So very nice top deck. I'm thinking about discarding those float stones. and playing my Professor Oak's new theory. Oh, I forget to use my electrode, but it's okay. There is a plasma energy. So I'm definitely going to target down that Jirachi for 2 prize cards. Somehow I need them. And I can also apply some pressure to his Dynamo and force my opponent basically to evolve his Dynamo into the electric. And I also managed to pull that very important G booster, so I can one-hit knock at his Reshiram. Once I manage to hit one-hit knock at that Reshiram, everything is gonna be fine, but unfortunately all 4 junk arms has been used already. Okay, he managed to completely heal the damage off from that Dynamo. And there is the energy for the Zekrom. Zekrom can go for like 120, but it's gonna also deal some damage to himself. I think he's probably just gonna stick with the Reshiram in the active position doing Outrage. Yeah, it is Outrage for 40. Okay, we are going to retreat for free, attaching that energy. Okay, and more than that, I'm also gonna use that Ultra Ball just to thin little of the cards out of my hand. There we go, and that's going to be G booster for 200. Okay, Shadow Triad is also in my Discord pile, so I'm not gonna be able to get 1 plasma energy back, but I still have 2 plasma energy remaining, and that's an important thing. And I also have Shaman, which is a very nice card that can also surprise your opponent from nowhere with that Celebration Wind, you know. There was a deck, CMT, well known, with Mewtwo, Shaman, and I think it was Landorus or Terrakion or something like that, you know, Darkrai or something like that. When the format was, you know, standard, from the Hard Gold, Soul Silver up to the Dark Explorers. In my opinion, my favorite format of all time, you know. Okay, so what's gonna happen next? I'm going to play my Professor Oak's new theory, and I will search my deck for another Plasma Energy card so I can somehow get in the active position. Oh, okay, so he decided actually to promote that Zekrom to the front. And there's the energy switch. It's super hard for your opponent when he can't one-hit knock out your Pokemon, and when he can't catch him to do something significantly. So he actually have 90 damage. Alright, 90 damage. We're gonna play that Professor Oak's new theory. Okay, and the most important thing is that I can retreat to my another Genesect. And 110. You can go for like 130. Still it's not worth, so we're gonna just go with a Megalo Cannon, doing some damage to the Dynamo so we can close this game next turn by simply playing that Plasma Energy from our hand to use that Pokemon Catcher ability, you know, and knocking out our opponent extra Pokemon. So Megalo Cannon can simply snipe that Dynamo on the bench. Very unlucky game for my opponent because probably 2 electrics were prized, and that was a huge disadvantage. What he can do? He can hit him for like 120, deal 40 to himself. That's pretty much it. No, he decided to go for the 20. Well, okay, in that case, we're going to play that Megalo Cannon, knocking both Dynamos out and taking double prize card knockout for winning this game. And that's pretty much it. That's how this deck is made to work. With plenty of energy cards, you can simply do a lot of damage to your opponent and a lot of troubles simply by accelerating your Pokemon's blistering fast. I hope you enjoy watching this video. Make sure to hit the thumbs up and sub the channel for more videos. Let me know in the comments below what you think about it. Till the next time, have a nice day and goodbye.